topic switch. It was an eventful week in our country.
Was it?
The Supreme Court has been on a roll as of lately, depending on what side of the aisle you stand on. They hit Roe versus Wade earlier, and now they just hit up colleges for affirmative action. So the Supreme Court
Yes.
is stacked with a bunch of judges who still think a little bit in the past. They're still stuck in the past a little bit.
Yeah, Clarence Thomas wants to bring back slavery.
Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I don't really think it does anything major. First and foremost, it doesn't stop what is it, those emissions, legacy emissions. So, I mean, you're going to have people who are able to get legacy emissions. You're still going to have people getting in through donations and under the table transactions with money. So, in my honest opinion, it isn't really going to affect a great deal of people, at least not black people like that. We still got HBCUs. And one thing I will agree, I saw this earlier this week with Stephen A. Smith on his podcast, but he was saying we got HBCUs. We don't need Harvards. We don't need Duke. We don't need those type of schools to be successful.
Well, definitely.
In life.
I don't think any more, at least anyway.
Yeah.
At one time, possibly, they were the difference. Now, like you say, it's who you know.
Yeah.
You put in the work, things happen. So I'm on the fence about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the Supreme Court, though.
I don't like the decision, but I don't really think it's going to have a major effect for black people. Now, is it going to jam up Latinos and possibly Asians? Yeah. And it can still jam up some black people, but we, as black people, like I said, we got HBCUs. We have our own schools here where we can get in. I got into an HBCU, and I don't even know how I graduated high school. That's how much HBCUs matter. I would have had to go on to community college if it wasn't for HBCUs, because I didn't have the grades to get into any predominantly white institution.
Any PWIs.
Yeah, them PWIs. I couldn't make it on that.
Shout out to HBCUs.
Shout out to HBCUs. So black folks, if you do get denied from their schools, at least we have our own schools. You'll have to live in the South, though, because that's where they're all at.
But the bottom line of this, especially when it comes to the Supreme Court, is you have to vote.
Yeah.
You have to vote.
You do.
And a lot of people will be like, well, Donald Trump isn't bad, but the Supreme Court is overwhelmingly Republican. The members of the justices on the Supreme Court lean heavily Republican. So the decisions they make are going to be decisions that, if you're looking for some type of progress or things of that, those decisions are not going to come from them unless you change who's in there, which it's a lifetime position, which needs to be changed quickly because people don't need that type of power.
Oh, and of course, niggas who can hoop and play sports are going to be greatly exempt from this, as well as military academies are exempt. So they're still going to have affirmative action at military universities and shit like that. So it's not as bad as it seems. But
it's just steps that keep going in the wrong
direction. Yeah. But there's ways around it.
I just don't like the direction that it seems like it's going in. It seems like it's going backwards. Like, yes, there kind of has been some type of progress made and things of that nature, but it's still going backwards. So
exactly.
We have to definitely monitor that situation. And like I said, get out and vote. Like, this is everybody's favorite time of the when everybody gets excited about voting because the presidency is getting ready to come up. I know people aren't excited about Biden like that, but if these are the decisions that you want changed, you're going to have to vote.
Yeah.
You're going to have to vote into whatever your best interest is. So another thing that was shot down by the Republicans this week, student loans.
Yep.
I forgot when they said that student loans were going to begin again, but student loans are coming back. They're going to want their money.
Yeah.
Another reason why you need to vote.
Yes.
Once again, Donald Trump's party. For some reason, it's black people. There's a sect of black people who just love Donald Trump, and he's so great for. But this is who he represents. This is the side that represents the people who said, you know what, we want that money back. We want that student loan money back.
Yeah.
Most people thought that they were going to get out of student loans. Most people thought it was over. But now student loans are back in the picture. So
yeah, it's another bill you got to pay.
If you vote, that's the best I could come up with. Vote.